I really felt like I could bring something to it.
It's great to sit in a theater and see people really enjoy something like that.
Yes. I can't tell you that stuff. We made out constantly off camera.
You walk down the street in New York City, probably mainly because of Star Wars. The experience is different than it would have been 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, it kind of, and that sucks. It just kind of sucks.
Does it really?
No. It's just there's more people that recognize you from Star Wars. And plus, like the way I'm really tall, I try to like be covert or wear a hat, but it's just like look, Adam's wearing a hat walking down the street. But also the dealing with the kid part of it is really great, and I don't think I thought about that either. How much the cross-generational it is.
Before he became Kylo Ren to the world, Driver was best known as another Adam, his character for 6 seasons on the HBO series Girls.
Yeah, after you.
After you.
After you.
I said after you.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, great, I'll go.
Driver was working as a stage actor in New York when the call came from Girls. He had to be pushed, though, into auditioning for the show's creator, Lena Dunham.
I was, like, I want to do TV. I was doing a play at the time, but it was HBO, and I thought it was different, and it's still like so. It's checked my artistic standard that no one had cared about. Yeah, it's total snob. But then I met Lena, and I really liked it. I liked her and didn't think I was going to get it. My agent made me go on it, basically. Then that was it.
Girls was the breakthrough role in a career that got off to a rocky start. Driver was turned on to acting by his movie buff grandfather. After graduating from high school in Indiana, Adam set off for Hollywood to take a shot at fame. That shot was brief.
I failed. I got to California and I had no more money because my car broke down outside of Amarillo, Texas. And then I tried to hitchhike and no one would give me a ride. Then I stayed at a youth hostel for 2 days when I was there, and then basically ran out of all my money and just drove back home. And everybody that I had said goodbye to in Indiana, I had a girlfriend at the time, they're like, see ya, see ya in the movies, or then 2 weeks later, or a week later, I was right back.
Driver moved right back in with his parents and admittedly was lost. Then, as he watched the attacks of September 11th on television, he decided he had to do something. He joined the Marines.
And so how quickly after 9/11 did you find yourself at Camp Pendleton?
February, I was gone. So, yeah, and I remember them asking me, are you on the run from the police because you're so anxious to go that it makes us nervous.
What did you like about it? What did it give you?
I loved the people, that they made it kind of worth it. When you kind of live with those people day in, day out, and they're constantly showing up for you, that's a hard bond to duplicate.
But as his platoon was shipping out to Iraq, Driver broke his sternum in a biking accident. And despite his protest, he was ordered to stay behind. With a medical discharge from the Marine Corps, Adam turned back to acting. He applied to the prestigious Juilliard School in New York for a second time. He got in and found another side of himself.
My friends in the military would be more aggressive or violent because they couldn't articulate it. And I was becoming less aggressive when I was exposed to these highly articulate playwrights, or even just a theatrical experience that transcended words or whatever, and suddenly you find a connection with someone.
Those acting chops carried him from stages in New York to roles in movies.
With me are 3 stars of Star Wars. Carrie Fisher, who plays the princess, Mark Hamill, who plays the innocent and brave young hero, and Harrison Ford, the only movie actor named after 2 presidents, who is the dashing, daring space pilot who helps them all escape from danger.
It's great to sit in a theater and see people really enjoy something like that.
Have you done it? Have you been?
Yeah.
Any of you, have you gone to see a theater just anonymously, just go in as a patron?
It's easy to be anonymous at this point, really. Nobody recognizes us when we go into a theater.
Nobody recognizes you?
Just one guy who's seen it 12 times, and he
What was his reaction? He asked you out?
No, I first told him that I was the prize, that the 20th Century Fox officer had heard he'd seen it 12 times, and he got a free date with the princess and a bucket of popcorn. But he believed me.
I immediately started to connect with were sort of the way that these movies entertain, the fun, but also the heart.
When the original directors of the highly anticipated new Star Wars movie Solo, about young Han Solo, walked away last year over creative differences, the studio turned to Howard.
I really felt like I could bring something to it. I felt I understood it, and I also, just as a fan, I thought that what they had captured was a lot of really fantastic answers to the questions of, you know, what are the events, what are the relationships that might have shaped young Han Solo.
Is that a strange thing for a director to inherit somebody else's work?
It's kind of akin to coming in as a manager or a coach, you know, mid-season.
Howard knew if he was going to get the story of Han Solo right, there was one man he needed to find.
Did you talk to Harrison Ford about who Han Solo is?
I did talk to Harrison. He had some great ideas. I mean, it was, and a lot of it were very soulful ideas, despite all the swagger and all the physicality and all of the stuff that Han Solo is known for.
The secret to the director's success may come from his relatives. Howard puts members of his family in all of his movies. His late father, Rance.
Where are my chairs?
His brother, Clint. But Howard's wife, Cheryl, is the real star of the family.
Cheryl has been in almost every one of your movies.
All of them.
Has she been in all of them?
She's my lucky charm. In fact, I mean, it was a little pricey. We had to green screen her into Solo.
Oh, is that right? Oh, that's amazing.
I cut the seed that she was in, and I felt badly about it. She doesn't care, but I care, because it's my only superstition.
Right.
And so she said, well, let's get a green screen and drop her into a shot. So that's
well, you see the streak is alive then. That's
the streak is alive.
Scary. I tried to get him in the movie, but
What's up with the tongue?
the tongue comes with him as a kind of like a fries.
an accessory.
It's a side order of tongue.
Side dish.
It
Yes.
just does that. All right, so you have not yet seen Star Wars,
Yes,
right?
I have.
You did? When did you see it? 'Cause
When did you see it?
Just a couple days ago.
And
It's really, really, people are going to be happy.
can you give
And I
us
don't
anything,
lie.
any crumbs, any bits of info?
Well, I don't look as good as I would like to, but then you can see that from there. I look very tense and like I'm retaining
I
fluids.
thought it was Tyne Daly there. Anyway.
There's a lot of people that sort of looks like. And then you have these other younger pictures of me, and if that's not distressing.
Yeah, I know. We all go through that, though,
We
sweetie.
do. Does it end? No.
What?
It gets worse and worse.
It gets
So the only thing I can think of is in 10 years, I'm going to think, God, I wish I still looked like this, which is hilarious to me now. But
It's everything is relative. You know that. You've written how many
relatives.
books? Relatives. Everything is relative.
Which is, speaking of which, my mother wrote a book, and she can't go on talk shows right now. Her doctor said, don't go on a talk
So
show.
you're doing it
Makes
for
you
her?
worse.
You
So she
drinking
made-
yours or Gary's?
No, Gary's is
Okay,
here.
good. Okay,
Gary's
just
is
don't get
I'm
confused.
drinking dog water. That's the kind of water to retain. If you're going to do it, it should be pet water and have it clean.
What's your mom's book, real quick?
No, make them laugh.
Make them laugh.
There you go.
Awesome.
So, because you don't really need to promote Star Wars. I did a film called Star Wars. You may not have heard of it. And it's about my parents arguing all the time and then getting a divorce.
So
What was it like to be, though, with the old gang back again? And
It was good. I mean, it's not like we didn't see each other in
A lot,
between.
yeah.
You know, every time George gets an award, they haul us out.
Right.
So,
Not Clooney, Lucas. Right. Come on. We have to tell people, you know.
yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, I'd name drop. Any name, there's just a single name and then go. So I'm actually giving him an award today. No, not the George, yeah. So that's how, no.
Lucas.
Lucas. But, you know, they're both famous, and so.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Are there any little bits that you can tell us about Star Wars since you've seen it? I know you're not supposed to spoil anything, but anything you can give us.
Is there a kiss?
Probably not.
Is there a kiss?
I can't tell you that stuff. We made out constantly off camera, though. It was just weird because we were so glad to see each other.
There's still
but
so
we
much
had
sexual
nothing
tension.
to say.
Yeah.
Well, when you're this age, there is sexual tension of another sort. You know what I'm saying?
I think I do.
I'm scared. So no, we did have fun, and also it's a job, so you don't.
Yes,
also,
yes.
It's early in the morning.
And hopefully you have a little piece of the
Ugly
action
hair.
with
no
this
one
movie.
gets pieces of anything.
What?
Because they could just say, "Oh, you want a piece of it? We'll get that girl over there. She's
No, but they couldn't.
not as old as you
But
are."
they cannot
But they
replace
cannot-
you.
no,
You were in
it
the
has-
original.
It has to be you.
Plastic surgery. It has to be you. Gary, go for it. He's sitting like Winston Churchill.
Gary looks like a lounge
And
singer.
I thought they're lucky to have him. When he saw Chewbacca, it was a fainting thing. He thinks it's a giant dog that's,
He's related to maybe.
standing up really tall to get a treat.